Welcome to Anime Out of Context, a comedy review show hosted by a basement dweller who grew up scrounging terrible fan subs on sketchy websites prior to the convenience of modern streaming, alongside a willfully ignorant soul whose only knowledge of anime comes from the shows forced upon him here. This show will contain spoilers, incorrect information, and copious amounts of adult language. Our hosts are not experts on any topic, and everything they say should be taken with a grain of salt. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Anime Out of Context, the show where I attempt to explain the sometimes weird, sometimes wonderful, but always hilarious world of anime.
And I...
Remington, I need to keep it simple this week. I need to keep it simple because, we're quickly wrapping into the pre-Halloween season stuff at the haunted house.
For those who somehow don't know, maybe you're a newer listener, that's the time of year when Shaun, my schedule gets absolutely fucked. And so we're probably going to be trying to create a bit of a buffer.
Yep. And we're going to be pumping out content. You might notice through a burst of episodes, they sound like they're talking about some very recent things or things that feel like they were months ago. That's probably because we're pounding out the content in a short period of time. Which, hey,
Yep.
Dylan's gonna love us for it, but my god, we're putting it to the wire, as it were.
Yeah.
And because of that, Rem, I have a nice, simple, straightforward little slice of life experience for you.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. Is it a slice of life about a vending machine?
Unfortunately not, Rem. Unfortunately, it is not. But it is actually weirdly relevant to your rant last week.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because, Rem, the anime that we're going to be talking about is called Kinito Mosaic, or KINMOZA for short. And,
All right.
that just translates very simply to Golden Mosaic.
Sure.
And it's just a very simple slice of life show, and it's a 4-coma adaptation.
Ah, I see. All right.
Yep, it's a 4-coma adaptation about a group of 5 girls and just their little school-based adventures. And the overarching premise is it's just a little slice of life 4-coma comedy about these 5 girls and their kind of interesting backgrounds and connections, because it's about I suppose the central girl, the main first girl, is Shinobu. And when she was young, she did a homestay in England and made friends with one of the girls that she stayed there with, and got really attached and made good friends. And then years later, she goes back to Japan, and the girl that she lived with in England comes to do a stay in Japan and go to school with them. And it's just a little story about some cultural stuff, some cultural differences, and little goofs here and there. It's also the source of a very popular meme that apparently is a Twitch emote, which I did not know.
Well, I guess you could say I'm a bit of a meme lord myself.
Yeah? Okay then, Rem. Are you familiar with Ayaya?
Yeah! Of course, Shaun. I know all the memes. I'm a meme encyclopedia.
Alright, tell me, what is Ayaya, and how is it used?
Ayaya is, it is a meme of an anime girl. Seems like a safe start.
Okay, alright.
Saying Ayaya.
Sorry, say that one more time?
Saying Ayaya.
Okay.
And it's symbolic of, look, to describe it in a feeling, you know when a dog is chewing on something it shouldn't?
Okay.
And you chase it, and it starts running away and chewing faster, desperately.
Okay.
This is what it feels like to be the dog.
So, you see someone coming to take away what you shouldn't be doing.
No, this isn't, you don't need the exact scenario, alright?
Okay.
You just need the feeling, the essence.
The adrenaline of being a little bit naughty.
Yeah, just that dog as he turns around and chews faster desperately. That's the feeling we're capturing here.
Okay. All right. Well, Rem, you were doing so well at first. Doing so goddamn well at first. Oh, God. To sum it up briefly, one of the characters' names is Aya, and when they're introduced to each other, being introduced, she kind of fumbles a little bit and says Ayaya, and the girl that's being introduced to it repeats it, and it's a little bit of like, what's your name? Me, I am you type of situation. And people memified that one scene to death, and it eventually became a little Twitch emote where people are just like, doing the Twitch things.
And so what would you say is like the main emotion captured by that?
I would say it's kind of like annoyingly excited.
Annoyingly excited, for example, you're so annoyingly excited that you have to start chewing faster.
You know what, I'm sure. That's what it means. I'll add it to the Anime Out of Context Discord right now just so you can have it.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. But yeah, no, pretty fucking straightforward. It's a 4-coma adaptation, and there's no tricks or trickery up my sleeve this time.
You saying that makes me really feel like there are.
Okay, fine, you got me. You're so perceptive, Rem.
Well, what can I say? I can piece together, if he says it, it's a lie.
Not entirely, Rem. Well, I'm being honest about everything I've told you. The only thing that I haven't told you, really, is the studio that did this one.
Oh, no. Is it the same one? Is it the same one?
As in Studio Gokomi?
Yeah, same one as last week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then that means that this one either shouldn't be, it shouldn't exist in its current form, right?
Right.
Or it shouldn't exist at all.
Or maybe it'll be a secret third option, Rem.
I don't think there's a secret third option. There's nothing on the secret menu. We don't have a secret menu.
Rem, it spawned a whole meme and Twitch emote.
There's so many weeby memes that are from trash shows. I would argue most of them.
Oh, God.
Let me just search up real quick, all right?
Okay.
Anime memes, all right? I've just searched up anime memes. I don't want to go to the anime memes subreddit. I need to find, like, broader, most popular anime memes. That's what I should put it. All right, most popular anime memes. I don't understand any of these memes. I can't say anything because I don't understand them. All right.
Do you want to share the screen to me so I can see, Rem?
No, I'm just going to stand by my statement even though I can't prove it right now.
Fair enough.
If you send us anime memes, then I'm confident that they will be trash.
You probably shouldn't say that, Rem, because then we'll just get more memes in our email box. It does happen occasionally. Sometimes people will just randomly email us a meme, and I'm just like, why did you do this?
With the subject line, for Shaun, urgent.
No, don't. Please don't put urgent in our emails. I might have a panic attack if you do. I have anxiety.
Business opportunity for Shaun Rollins.
Again, that'll send me into a panic attack.
collab opportunity, Shaun Rollins.
It's like you're trying to get me killed. I'm gonna go full Bochi and just seizure on the floor. It's not gonna be pretty.
Sexy VTuber interested, Shaun Rollins.
Yeah, if there are any sexy VTubers out there, hit me up. Go on. Let's see how that goes. Oh, God, please don't actually. Please don't actually. I do not.
You heard the man. Let's hook him up.
Rem, look, if there's anything that should not happen, it's getting hookups via podcasting.
One sec. I've Googled VTuber mom.
There are so many.
All right, first one that came up was Mother V3. Sounds like your type.
She's an AI VTuber, if I'm not mistaken. So like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, not a literal AI VTuber, but like a person pretending to be an AI and using.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, there is one that is just a straight up AI VTuber, though.
Jesus Christ! All right, well let's jump into the goddamn anime. I'm bewildered and confused. VTubers, memes. We've entered dark territory.
Well, it's just the internet, Rem, where we publish our podcast. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Let's go watch some Kinito Mosaic. And we are back after watching 3 whole episodes of the 2013 summer anime Kinito Mosaic, or KINMOZA for short. And Remington, was it just the breath of fresh air you needed? Was it worth all the memes? Or are you going to find some deep, unsettling truth hidden within the depths of this cutesy little show?
Well, always searching for those dark, cryptic, horrible truths in light, fluffy shows.
Yep.
I guess this one ain't too secret, but like English imperialism and Japanese imperialism, I guess they just meet together in this one. But that's not much of a relevant theme.
Interesting.
I have thoughts about this show. It's weird. I have more thoughts than I would expect from a cutesy little slice of life.
I mean, yeah, because it's a different show, and I thought that, really this would be the perfect way for you to flex your analytical chops.
Oh yeah, for sure. So we open up the first episode. We have our protagonist, Shinobu. She is staying in England. She can't really speak much English, but she arrives there. She's excited. There's a little girl with the family she's staying with named Alice. They meet each other. Good times. It's nice and interesting to see England and just really West exoticized in this way, where Shinobu is just like in awe of everything. She's like, oh my god, look at the sheep.
Or in actuality, most people over in the UK are like, god damn it, another sheep.
There's an interesting trend that often happens where people, like half jokingly or otherwise, will talk about how like white people or Americans or English or et cetera, like don't have culture, or that like they have a boring or bland culture. And I don't think these people realize when they're saying such things, is that they're just assuming this kind of culture, this Western culture, to be the default setting. And so by calling it like bland or non-existent, you are kind of dismissing that it is a culture and just saying that it's the norm, when that is not the case. No, this is a specific culture, and sure, it is boring and feels non-existent to anybody who has grown enmeshed within it.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, there's a lot of weird, different shit, because that's how culture works.
Yeah, it's our default, so we're used to it.
Yeah.
It's like the smallest example I can think of is anytime, like, hell, even going from state to state, like, if you go out of Utah and you say the words fry sauce, people look at you like you're fucking insane.
Some people are very confused. Like some good old Americans are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
We won't answer.
It's our secret. We'll take
it's our little secret.
It's definitely not a variation of Thousand Island.
Hey, shut the fuck up. But yeah, so it's interesting and fairly enjoyable to see England exoticized in this way. Just for a change. The girls meet each other. They have a nice little montage. They get close. It's quite cute. And eventually Shinobu has to leave, and at the end of the episode, we see that now, a few years later, in high school now, Alice is coming to Japan. Which, all right, here's my thoughts on this first episode.
Okay.
It starts off strong and interesting, right?
Right.
It's a different environment, which is always enjoyable.
Uh-huh.
It's a different type of setting. The bond is really good. The characters are fun. The English voice acting does leave a bit to be desired. That's not terribly surprising.
Yeah, I mean, it was 2013 and a smaller studio, so like, they didn't exactly have they didn't exactly have the broad scope to get properly bilingual VAs. That's very hard.
Yeah,
that's very hard.
Yes. I won't count it too much against them, but yeah, it's noticeable and a little bit weird. But for me, the biggest gripe I suppose I have is, although it starts out nice and different and interesting, my last note on episode 1 was, I don't know, it seems to be going in the wrong direction. Because, hey, don't get me wrong, cute girls doing cute things in a high school setting, I've enjoyed plenty of those in the past.
Right.
But there've been so many. And I was like, at the end of the first episode, I was like, oh, so that's all we're getting? And indeed, episode 1 kind of feels like a prologue, where it's kind of unnecessary. We start in episode 2, and it honestly feels like it assumes you didn't watch episode 1. Where now it's like Alice is more of the focus, and it's like, all right, Alice is here, and there's an introduction to each character, even though we met them, and I thought the characterization was actually very good when we immediately met them, including the ones we got introduced to at the end of episode 1, just very briefly. But the characterization was strong enough, I was like, yeah, 100%, I got you. But they do the introductions where it's like, hey, this is character A. Here's their gist of personality. Now let's talk about character B. And it's like, okay, all right. It just...
So what you were hoping for was essentially a reverse of what the plot of this story is.
Yeah, and it like did a bait and switch on me where it was like, hey, let's change things up a bit. For one episode that honestly you don't need to watch because the next episode is the real introduction. And I'm like, oh, okay. Cool. I guess I'll just take the same thing we've gotten. And it's not bad, but it's like...
You were excited to try some new flavors, and unfortunately, once you found out the center was still, not exactly what you're used to. It had a different shell, essentially.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, this is mystery flavor. And I'm like, ooh, I do like mystery flavor. And then it's like, yes, it's a combination of multiple flavors, so try to see if you can pick them all. And I'm like, ooh, okay, I like the challenge. And then I taste it, and I'm like, I think it's banana? And they're like, yes. I'm like, I think that's it. And they're like, yes, it's banana plus banana. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, and we all know how you feel about bananas, Rem.
Bananas, most overrated fruit. But it was just so... it's a disappointing one, especially because as it continues on, it seems to be on a downward slope. I'll continue talking about... so episode 2, Alice arrives. She's living with Shinobu now. And it turns into kind of like a... almost vignette style, like a very fast-paced slice of life, right?
Right.
Where it's like, oh, here's this little punchline that unfortunately KINMOZA is not funny enough to do this style.
Oh, no.
It's charming. It's charming. It's a charming show. It's not a funny show.
Oh, wow.
And you need to be funny to have that type of quick-fire slice of life approach, right?
So you're saying this would work better in like a more short-form format, like say a 4-coma?
I don't think so.
No.
I feel like that's what it thinks. But I think you would need to be a bit more clever, a bit more comedically sound for that to work. I think the exact opposite. I think it should have focused a bit more on a little narrative cohesion. Not a lot. Once again, slice of life. I get it, right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Which also is, like, that's pretty prominent. A place further than the universe. Has quite a bit of narrative cohesion, but is slice of life through and through. Just a little bit closer to that. Because the characters are all charming. We have Shinobu, we have Alice, the two other main ones, we have Aya and Yoko, who are both very fun characters, who have a good bond themselves, and also, strong Yuri undertones. And it's great. Then we meet Karen, who I don't really give a shit about, but she's there.
Oh no, you hate the meme character. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, Rem? The weaves are gonna come for us.
I feel like we just needed a more cohesive and possibly a story with more emphasis on narrative for this to really flourish. Without that, it kind of doesn't have a lot. Because, okay, it's quickfire, it's cute and charming, and then it's not doing anything with that. Okay, but isn't it funny? Not really. So what do I end up with? Kind of just a bunch of the same. That's not good. That's not what we want here.
You sound so sad, Remington.
I suppose there's one humorous moment in episode 2, but it is unintentionally humorous.
Uh-oh.
And it's when, in English class, when Alice decides to take a stand. And I don't know, it's like showing off for the English teacher, I guess, but trying to, like, call out the English teacher. It's real weird. It's a weird couple of scenes that I don't really know what it's doing there. But at one point, Alice tells the English teacher, your English sounds a little awkward. And it's spoken so awkwardly.
Yeah.
Which, once again, that's fine. It's just having that line of dialogue. I don't know if that was the right call, Chief. Like, I don't know if if that's the direction you want to go, you gotta know your limitations and work within them.
Yeah. Maybe, like, work on pronunciation for key, like, English jokes. Like, you know, because if you're...
If any line needed to be pronounced, like, with perfect English, it's your English sounds a little awkward, and then everybody freaks out about how perfect and fluent and natural that is.
Yep.
Which, once again, you didn't need to have her say that. You didn't need to have the entire classroom be like, oh my god, a natural, fluent English speaker. Wow. Like, you didn't need to do that. But you did.
It was funny for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. It was an interesting, creative choice.
Yep. I've also just sent you what the chapters look like, and because I don't think I've ever shown you what a proper 4-coma looks like, Rem. I think you're going to be confused as soon as you look at it, because you're going to try and read it normally, and it's not going to work.
Hey, I know better, Shaun.
Okay.
I'm not a complete amateur.
Okay.
I'm confused for other reasons. Mostly, I'm bad at reading manga.
Yes. But if you look, Rem, your instinct is probably, like, to read from right to left. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But with 4-coma, you actually read from right to left, but you start at the top right corner, read the entire right side of the page, and then move on to the left side of the page.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, that's why it's called a 4-coma, because it's 4 panels of a little story or gag, and then it moves on to the next one. And you have to, like, retrain your brain to consume 4-coma, and it's weird.
Yeah, and once again, if it was funnier, I think it could work in its current style, right?
Right.
But it's not, and so I'm left with nothing. If you're gonna be quick fire, right, you need to be punchy. You need to be impactful. If you have a scene that only lasts 15 seconds or 20 seconds, which a couple do, then that scene you need to get in, get a quick punch, and get the fuck out, right? Like, it feels obvious to say.
Right. Explaining comedy on this comedy podcast. Let's just break it down one by one.
If instead you take your 20 seconds and it's just very casual and you're like, haha, isn't this thing a little weird? Anyway, moving on. I'm like, oh, why'd we do that?
It's like trying to straddle the line between comfy, cozy, relaxing slice of life and punchy comedy, and it's just not really hitting either.
Yeah, it's like, let it breathe or pack some punch. Right now you're doing neither, and you're getting nothing from it. We'll quickly talk about episode 3 as well, because it's nice and quick. Episode 3, Alice's friend Karen shows up. It creates a very weird dynamic where the only reason Alice is here at all is because of Shinobu. Then the only reason Karen is here at all is because of Alice. And also, these privileged, rich-ass English motherfuckers are just able to casually transfer across the world without any issues at their whims. Which, oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ on that one.
Right, we don't need to sharpen the guillotine. We get it.
I'm ready! Alright! Look, I'm ready to eat the rich. I've set the menu out.
Sharpen the cutlery. We're here to go.
Oh, man.
Kind of rich motherfuckers can afford to send their kids across the planet on a whim.
The cutlery would be a great name for a guillotine meant for the rich.
Okay, I'll write that down for later. Just gonna not for like any real world reasons. It's for D&D, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Just for D&D.
Also, Karen is wearing a Union jacket, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like that's much more an American thing to wear a flag, right? To be like, look at me, this is where I'm from. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody from England wear their flag other than, like, it being represented on perhaps a jersey.
That's a good question. Like, I feel like there has to be some people who do it, because, I mean, granted, here in the States, we still make fun of people who wear American flags for the most part.
I mean, I know that, like, when, like, some people will wear the Union Jack as, like, a costume, but even that feels more of an American thing. Or it feels like a handful of British people who are also kind of wearing it as a costume, but in an over-the-top kind of way.
Yeah. And also...
Like, I don't know I don't know if I've ever seen someone just like casually being like, yeah, this is my attire.
Yeah, no, so I just Googled Union Jack clothing, and it's all gimmick wear. It is all gimmick wear.
Weirdly,
I think that makes a lot of sense for her character, considering, like, she's got, like, some foreign blood in her, but she very much is way more Japanese than anything. So it's her trying to overcompensate, which kind of makes sense, I think.
But the episode 3 is just all about everybody meeting Karen. And then even though Karen has immediately made all of Shinobu's friends as friends, right? And I would say that's pretty good to immediately adopt 5 friends, become in a circle of 5 friends. That's pretty good immediately when you're moving to a brand new continent. But nonetheless, Karen is still worried about making friends, I guess. And so at one point, she goes in front of the class and publicly asks for friends, and then everybody applauds. Which,
those friends? Albert Einstein.
You might think you're missing some, like, context to make that more meaningful. I assure you, you're not. It's a weird scene. It's very strange. Also, already by episode 3, both Shinobu and Alice have both been Flanderized. Which that was fucking quick. Now they're both just unhinged and obsessed with each other, and that's all they care about in any way whatsoever. That is their number one thing. Like, they were very close before, but in the span of 3 episodes, it went from being like close friends, which I was like, yeah, this is a great relationship, to being like a little bit needy, and I was like, okay, a little weird, to being absolutely obsessed and not caring about anything else at all. And I was like, oh, that was quick.
It is a 4 coma, Rem.
That was quick. It does not feel merited. And also, it feels like you're now losing some of that heart. And I suppose you're losing some of the heart and character to try and make comedy. But as I've said, you're not doing the comedy well. So you're sacrificing what you're doing well for what you can't really do at all. Oh, no. Meanwhile, we'll occasionally get some quieter moments with Yoko and Aya, just the friends, right?
Right.
The peripheral friends. And those are always great. I love their dynamic, their relationship, their characters. Fantastic. Want to see more of them, frankly. It's just a weird show. This is a weird show. I'm really hoping that whoever wrote this, right, that it was their first. Because if it was their first thing that they've created, then I'd be like, hey, that's a great start. And I think you're going places, right? Because it feels like it falls into a lot of beginner pitfalls, both with like the identity crisis, some polishing issues.
Mm-hmm.
But it does have a lot of potential. I think the characterization, while it's hit and miss, and the main characters start to lose a lot of luster already by episode 3, overall, the characterization is still quite strong. They have a lot of charm, a lot of heart. But if you tell me that, like, oh yeah, this is like the 6th thing they've written or past that, oh fuck, oh no.
Okay, I can actually answer that question if you like.
All right, fingers crossed. I want to believe.
You want to believe? Okay, so the original 4 Kinito Mosaic was written by Yui Hara, and she has written a couple other things. Of the things that she's written, Kinito Mosaic appears to be... Actually, weirdly, Rem, you kind of nailed it. It's her 6th work.
Oh, no! See, that's disappointing, because that means...
Wait, now it's telling me that this is a completely different author. Ooh, internet! Fuck off. Okay, yeah, you know what? The internet lied to me. Never mind. Ignore all that. God. Ignore all that.
just cut all that out.
Yeah, no, like, fucking... It just fucking lied to me.
Okay, wait. So, alright. Let's start from scratch.
So,
which is this her first book?
No, it is not.
Okay. And you're confident in that?
I am very confident in this.
I'm a level with you, Shaun.
What's up, Rem?
I did a 2-second Google, and it looks like it might be the only thing she's written.
What the fuck? Fuck it. You know what? This is her first one. Let's just go with that. Let's go with this first one. And
it's an early one. It's an early one. Who knows?
It's an early one. If people want to prove me wrong, fan-fucking-tastic. That's great. Long story short, folks, multiple sources are helpful.
Nonetheless, the show has a lot of potential. I think with a bit more polish, with a revision or two, that it would be in a great spot. As of right now, the identity crisis really tanks the quality. But that it's not actively bad. It's just very meh.
Which is kind of the worst thing a story can be in your eyes, Rem.
Unfortunately.
Well, if you had to guess, Rem, what do you think the MAL score for KINMOZA is? Keeping in mind that there is one very popular meme from it. Just the one.
It's like there's only one meme, but it is a very popular meme.
I mean,
allegedly.
It's so popular that like people really enjoy like the way it sounds.
Yeah.
I
don't think this can't be wildly popular. Like, look, Slice of Life isn't heavily respected already. 4 Coma also not wildly respected. I think some people will be more critical than I am about the subpar English. I'm feeling low 7s. I don't think it'll quite be 6.
Okay.
But I feel like it's gonna coast around there. I feel like it's gonna be a 7.15.
Okay. All right, Rem. Well, only about 68,000 people have reviewed the show on MAL. Which, by the way, also, guys, MAL, not a primary source. We use it a lot because it's got a easy metric for us to guess what weebs are thinking. That's the main reason we use it. But yeah, with 68,000 ratings, Kinito Mosaic is sitting nice and pretty at 7.23.
Okay, hey, I was close. I was in the ballpark.
You're very fucking close. And that is kind of the general consensus, is that a lot of people found it nice and comfy. The meme was very amusing to them. People made remixes of the "ayaya" meme. And I mean, it's a Twitch emote now. It's like, you know.
I will say, was kind of disappointed in the "ayaya" moment.
Oh, I knew you would be. I knew you would be,
If you didn't tell me, if you had asked me, like, after, instead of, like, mentioning it before, like, hey, what moment do you think was memed about? First of all, I would have no fucking idea. Because none
Rem,
really, like, stick out.
Hey, Rem, that's why I told you.
Yes.
That's why I told you, because I needed to preempt it. I don't think it's a bad meme, per se. I just think it's a generic anime meme, and weebs are like, hey, I get that reference, and it makes them happy. And plus, the VA made a cute sound, and we're suckers for cute sounds. Like, that is genuinely a thing. Like, somebody made, like, a loop of them going "ayaya" for 10 hours, Rem.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, back when 10-hour loops were a very popular thing to put on YouTube for whatever reason.
I remember that age. As a juvenile delinquent myself, I would play those 10-hour loops all the time.
What 10-hour loops everybody. were your favorite?
Oh man, just what's most obnoxious, I suppose.
Oh, so you did it specifically to cause chaos.
Largely, I don't know if I knew that was my motive, but looking back, that was definitely my motive. Like, I think Nyan Cat was a big one.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There were a couple others, but that's the one I remember.
I mean, that was peak meme culture back in the day for us. A Pop-Tart rainbow cat flying through space, sung by Miku Hatsune. You know,
I'm gonna say it. Pretty high quality meme.
I've never dissed Nyan Cat. I've always enjoyed Nyan Cat. I'm a Nyan Cat supporter.
And I tell you what, as soon as we get to, I don't know, like 400 patrons, Shaun will do his own 10-hour rendition of
No, I will fucking not. Categorically refuse.
Just 1 hour. 1 hour.
No, fuck
1
no.
hour. If 400, we're 120 or something away.
Oh god, we have over 300 patrons?
Almost 300 right now.
Okay. Wow.
Learn to count.
We should probably do something for that, huh?
But that is my solemn vow.
Yeah, it's Rem's vow, not mine. He'll have to hold me at fucking gunpoint to do it.
I will.
I don't think you've ever touched a gun, Remington.
I have. I remember. We were. This suddenly feels like a weird story to tell right now. But
hey,
one time,
if Dylan doesn't like it, he can cut it. It's fine.
Perfect. One time, my family, when I was younger, went to the gun range. Right.
Okay.
Specifically because my father was concerned that we were reaching societal collapse.
What?
And that us kids might need these skills in the near future.
Oh my god! He was trying to make you a loose child soldier! Oh no! What the fuck?
All I read from the experience is like not having a great time, and that shooting it hurt my wrist.
I mean, yeah, probably. Depending on how young you are,
Yeah.
and what kind of gun you shot. Yeah, no kidding.
And that's
Yeah, because when Echo and I taught gun safety, it was with .22 caliber rifles that
oh,
were
and so
single shot bolt action.
with that lovely childhood story.
My God, Remington, it's amazing how sometimes you can still have stories that make me be like, I had a pretty good childhood.
What you weren't told by parental figures that like we were on the brink of societal collapse and you may need to shoot a motherfucker?
No, if anything, my dad was like, "You got to remember to love your the people around you." That was my dad's main thing.
Oh, I think I could be confabulating, but I think it might have been around like 2012 before that, because the whole like the world's gonna end bullshit, right?
Right.
And I think his position was like, it's not gonna end, but some crazy people will think it will, and so they are going to more or less be like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and because so many people will think it's the end of the world, they will like cause I don't know.
Either way, it's not great, Rem.
Yeah, it's
like either way, it's like, all right, young Remington, hold this gun. Because you might need to use it on somebody someday. Fucking hell, our country is fucked. Holy shit.
God bless America.
Well, I suppose with that horrible tangent. My final question for you, Rem, is there any chance you'd want to watch a bit more Kinito Mosaic? Or would you just rather like search for a compilation of the best bits and be disappointed by those instead?
I mean, probably the latter. Look, if they went back to the first episode, just start from scratch,
right?
Then I'm down. But its current trajectory, it is declining rapidly, and I don't like that.
Would you believe me if I told you it had several sequel series?
Why?
I mean, some of them were series, some of them were just like little weird OVA movie adaptations.
I would believe you, but that would be disheartening.
No. Well, I'll keep that to myself for now. So with that in mind, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoy Rem being horribly disappointed by something he thought he'd really enjoy, which weirdly is kind of the premise of the podcast at times, then please head on over to wherever we get your podcasts, whether that be Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. Wait, Stitcher's dead. Stitcher's dead.
It is.
Well, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Go there. Leave us a review. We like those. They're nice. And if that is not enough for you, you can head on over to twitch.tv/animeoutofcontext, where myself, Dylan, and Remington occasionally play games very poorly. And if that is still not enough, you can head on over to patreon.com/animeoutofcontext, where you can gain access to all kinds of lovely bonus material, including having the opportunity to be thanked live on the podcast, and I'm going to do some brainstorming for 300 patrons. That's something I should do. That feels like the proper thing.
So, of course, we would like to send our regards to all of our Blade Bitch protagonists, as well as our magical girls, who we really appreciate. But moving on, we get to our yandere waifus, who are, quite frankly, total inglaboos? Sure.
Inglaboos?
On that list, we have My Name is First Now, Bitch. Oops, sorry, I was just overly excited. You're not a bitch. Please don't hurt me. Drunk Quetzalcoatl for Anime Out of Context mascot, says Miska, earnestly expecting praise and reward. Zombie Stomp, Xanax, Zayden, Zach Page. Your celebrity couple name would be Shaunington, because Remington is just Dylan's favorite weekend activity. You think the weeb is your ally, but you merely adopt the weeb. I was born in it, molded by it. Yandere Neko, Zach, so why Sean? Who's a good boy? Yeah, you're a good boy. You want to treat, you treat. You want to treat, you good boy, Sean? And sit. When is Forest Fairy 5 revisit? Weekly haiku about Papa Sean. He came around. He finally lost his heart. Sean Exumaru-chan. Hashtag reviving the meme. Oh, God. Watch Eva and I'll write a poem every day for a month. Walk me up gently. Utah #1. Uninch Tracks admires your podcast. Dracoon Appreciation Society, Totally God's Angel, Titan CNH, Thopter Not King, Ruler of Ornai. This cat's name is on hold, but his call is very important to me, says Misaka, as he reaches for a can of tuna. The Villain Behind Glasses wants to welcome Cheetah Revisit, The Susanator. The New Testament is the greatest isekai story ever written, and possibly also the greatest yaoi as well. The Drums of Liberation will save us from all hentai. The Capybara are hosting a movie night in the Big Hole, sponsored by Red Robin. Yum. That guy that makes Rem say cunt at least once a week. Thanks for being the best thing to listen to while working out. Y'all's mostly agreeable takes distract me just enough. Turban, Tattooed Weep, Swedish Weep, Super Zoo, Stacy's Mom, Snaky Pie, Silent Secondary, Shoujo Addict who doesn't need help, just more manga to read and anime to watch, Seth Senju, Sugoi Dekai, Royal Highness of Touch Me Not, Ross Palmer, rest in peace, Bob Barker, the OG waifu everyone let out a doo-doo-doo-doo in remembrance. Rhiannon Williams, Rem uses the Drums of Liberation to free all weeps from bad anime. Rem, there's a MILF with swords. There's also a puppy. The MILF wants to love you while the puppy wants to escape the yandere. Rem loves the Big Hole. Rem doesn't completely hate my favorite shows. Raguko Shinju Review Copium. Professor Fox. Pro tips out of context. The best way to fight fat phobia is to tell people you've actually lost much more pounds after the diet. Pockwell Musico, Other McNutt. Oh no, I fucked my sister. Oops. Nitsaira. Nice legs. Daisy Dukes makes a man go do. Makeka 7 Hierto, Mekazap, Macaroni Uchiha, love AOT and like the pod after 6 months of focused listening. Lonely Ginger Weep, Link Jokerl, Lick My Ass and Call Me Mikasa, Liam Dunn, Kara Uchiha, Cassidy, Just Monica, more like Just Haruhi, Jax, J-Mans, Jacob Iverson, I Remington Chase get reincarnated as a pair of panties that come out of a vending machine wandering the dungeon. Jesus Christ. Hunter Tane, Hunter Davies, Hey Rem, Portuguese word of the week, Acabaram Minas Adeus.
I'm wondering if you could pronounce that in a more American accent.
Wait, one sec. Let me, this is going to be just for them, alright?
Okay.
So, Portuguese un poco extraño. There we go. That's just for them. Though I think if you're paying attention to this episode, you might have an idea of what I said. Going to the Air Force and wanted to get all the good stuff before leaving. Going down on Sean's grandma, Glenn Michael Dolan. George Edward Bottom, aka Bear Trap, aka Lin-Manuel Miranda Personal Muse, aka Fratricide of Autotop. P.S. Sean, get under my desk. Forget the honey trap, give me the bear trap. Farmer Weeb has consumed more sawdust than your average beaver. Fantide, F-Bomb, Erica McCorkle, Elborn Quenya. Dylan is the professor, Rem is the babysitter, and Sean is the more lucky Sean. Do you want something warm, something delicious? Well, Rem's breast milk has it all. Yum, yum, yummy. Daniel Riot, Daddy, tell me a bedtime story, Cryptid MILF, Creed 13. I noticed that, like, as we get higher in the alphabet, it gets more degenerate. Country Fight Golf, here to remind you that you just lost the game. Yeah. Cheese Monkey, Combo Breaker, it's my birthday, will you buy me white swords cards? Cat girls are best girls, so give them cute little paws. Brockhart for Geodude says you should read all Tepu. Brennan's grandma slit is greater than Vaporeon. Big Blue Bear Boy, Bert B. Flem. Adhe, Uge, Auhe, Angus Che, Ishe, Amine, Every Eque. Anime Out of Context ruined by Happy Sugar Life. Amazing Muffin, Elise Howard, Alabama Weeb, with too many Peeker stickers on my car. Every day is driving risk. AJ Tunnels, hey, who gave you access to the communal dip spit cup? Spit it back in. AJ Honey, Aisha Gudgy, Adaze, Aaron Hegland, and Dot. Now we move into Boy Wizard, where everyone will get their own mosaic.
Okay. Right. A lot of those lying around. I'm sure we can make one for everyone.
Don't worry, it'll be a historical one. You just need to go and take it, which I'm sure will be fine.
Yeah, that'll be. Hey, if you're British, you're used to it.
Hey, what does Daddy Rem say to Mommy Sean? You get the Alexander mosaic in Pompeii. Vincent Calabrese, you get the head of Medusa in Volubulus. The Drew is tired. I don't know, dude. The Drew is tired. She's Eepy. You get the Gladiator mosaic in Nennig, Germany. Look, I think we can all agree I can't pronounce foreign shit. The Canadian anime stunner, you get Villa Romana del Casal in Sicily. Show Rem level 1 Dakedo in Isekai, where the protag gets a gun with magical bullets. You are going to get Trojan War mosaic in Rastan.
In a way, I already have, if you think about it.
Roscop, you get Madaba map in Madaba. Rent-A-Girlfriend revisit now, or make Rem watch some more Sword Art Online. You are going to get Cosmati Pavement in Westminster Abbey.
I don't respond to threats.
Please donate, blah, 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 blah. Africa children, blah, blah. Not important. Jesus Christ.
Dark. Holy shit.
Shah Chirag in Shiraz. PL Mare, you get the big hole. You're going to get Kinito Mosaic in Nisoros Island. Nightshade Blade, you are going to get Mosaic Mask of Quetzalcoatl in Mexico. Monogatari is everything you guys say you want in anime. This week, Monsters Kills Humans. You're going to get Cult of Minor Minaret in Kiva. My God is Overlord review, you get the Old Bank in Stratford upon Avon. Miguel Delion, you're going to get Mosaic Brunnen in Zurich. Massimo Martelli, you're going to get Park Güell in Barcelona. Latino just heard someone whisper, I want to eat your pancreas. You get to St. George's Church in Topola. Kugor, you have the Central Library in Mexico City. Kafka is my mommy. You are going to get La Maison Picassiette in Chartres, France. Fuck France is what I'm saying.
Our French viewers just gone. They hate us now.
Sacre bleu.
Really hate us now. Holy shit.
Croissant.
No, stop! France, we love you. It's okay. You can make fun of us. It's fine. Just don't leave. We're lonely.
Kid Gazelles, you're going to get the Australian Parliament House in Canberra. Not Cranberry.
Cranberry.
I'm broken, dude.
I can tell.
I showed relative sex your dreams for Kinito and Remington are cheating on their lovers, Asuna and myself. You get Lexington Avenue, 59th, Station Subway, in New York City. Crimson Reapers, just because of the scythes. You get Campbell Parade on Bondi Beach. Carver 271, you're going to get the Big Fish in Lagan, Belfast. Cameron Coates, you're going to get the Celeron Steps in Rio de Janeiro. Blood Cell, not the bitch white ones, you get Queen Street in Edinburgh. Beethoven 1201, you get the Giants House in Akaroa. Animated Z, you're going to get the Big Hole. Allfather has learned his card trick and will now spend 6 weeks making it perfect. You are going to get Antarctic 100 Memorial in Cardiff Bay. There you go. Now we move on to the inappropriate Joey Wheeler tier, where Shaun will say something in Japanese, in a very bad American Japanese, and I will...
Oh, so I have to not try and pronounce it correctly at all?
Yeah, and I will translate.
As Joey Wheeler.
I will translate. We start with, I saw you at Tiki Bob's. You grabbed my butt. Now I need your address.
Hold on. God, doing this as Joey Wheeler is going to be tricky. And it'll also be kind of a test to know what language you've picked up. Alright, let's try it, okay? Hey, you say, alright. Sumimasen.
Wait. No, I think I'm misremembering. Is this a weird little bit of trivia I would have learned?
Okay.
Let me... You know what? No, that'll just be my answer.
Farewell?
Because I was vaguely thinking about what you can do in, like, Japanese arcades. Because it sounds similar. But yeah, I don't think it was it.
Sure, Rem. That's exactly what that is.
Alright, what's that Japanese? Oh, not crazy!
It's definitely not what I said, though.
Yeah, sure. Sumimasen. Alright, see, it was close. It was in the ballpark. Kind of. Hermione begs Harry and Ron.
Let's go with, yoroshiku onegai shimasu.
That big brother of yours got a kissable mouth.
God.
Next we go to my dear old mom.
Yamete kudasai.
It's raining cats and dogs out here. Blue Baron 15.
Itadaki masu.
Eat a dick, master. Last but not least, we have second to none.
Gomen nasai.
That one is natural science has invaded and transformed human life all the more practically through the medium of industry, and it's prepared human emancipation, although its immediate effect had to be the furthering of the dehumanization of man.
Fuck a gaijin.
Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to reach out, whether it's for a comment, question, feedback, or recommendation, you can tweet us at AnimeConPod on Twitter or at animeoutofcontext@gmail.com.
Oh my god, it's already started. Once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. We love and appreciate you very, very much. And as always, don't fuck your sister.
Do 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 do.